Want to try again?
Traitor!
You're still breaking
Ready
up.
for the
Wait,
free?
there's something very weak coming through.
I could just do the intro, I guess. If you're not,
Why don't you try it?
Gundark, you could do it for a change of pace.
No, you do
No.
it. I can't do
No.
intros.
You will not do intros.
All right. Hey, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Cantina Club. Today, we're doing a reaction video. We're a little behind on the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures cartoons that come out every Friday, so we're going to watch a few of those, if we can pull it off technically here. And if Carillion Trader, if his signal is very weak coming through, but we're going to try to get his opinion on record here.
Power through.
Yes. So anyway, the first short that we're going to watch is Princess Leia, The Rescue, also known as Princess Leia versus the Stormtroopers. If everybody's ready, we're going to watch it in 3, 2, 1, begin. I'm Pixie Doo Skywalker. Oh, dang.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Point blank range.
No kidding. Like,
Luke, you're going to bite off your tongue.
for
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing,
taking a
Luke?
shower.
That looked big and dirty to me. Whoa.
God. Wow.
Standing
Because
astride.
this is like the
jumping
entire
that.
sock.
Like
Yeah.
a highlight of Princess Leia's
What?
badass.
Yeah, so she's seeing the future with the Force. Oh.
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 Gotcha.
Kill her.
Like,
Oh, she tossed Chewie like a ragdoll. Yeah, she's super powered. I'm with Han on this one. I'm looking at
yeah, I'm with Han for sure. I'm staying away from that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dang. That's the Marvel Star Wars crossover right there.
Yeah.
That's
He t-
awesome.
He tossed Chewbacca like a ragdoll. That's pretty good.
That was followed by a kick in the ass.
Yeah, kick her right in the can. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That's hilarious. That was a good.
That
one.
was-
Yeah.
It was very fast paced. I almost need to watch it again to even know
Highlight
exactly.
reel.
I didn't expect it to go like foreseeing the future of the rest of the whole saga with her.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
yeah.
that scene. Like,
It was like a Princess Leia tribute, really, more than.
yeah, exactly.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good. Good.
Great.
I'm not sure how I feel about Luke being completely incompetent in every scene.
Completely. I know that was the thing. It's like
He's tangled up in that cord. How did they get across
Like a
she's strong
Barbie
enough on her
doll.
own. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess in a short, it's a way to illustrate the point, but they only have a few seconds to make the point or whatever, and it's fun.
Or they could just
For
read
comedic relief.
Princess Leia and the Keystone Cops.
Right.
That one was good though.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
Luke's
love
Luke's
that.
already incompetent enough in the actual movie. We don't, don't need to make him
We
worse.
don't need to have worse.
he doesn't need any help.
Okay.
Made it worse is to put this Tashi Station line in there.
Let's see. You guys set up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. This is Stormtroopers versus Rebels, Soldiers of the Galactic Empire, Galaxies of Adventures. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1, begin. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice. That's from Force Awakens, really.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's Rogue
No,
One.
from Rogue One.
take those rebels down. Dang. These guys are dedicated. All
Yeah. Uh-oh. And now suddenly we're on Hoth.
Cobra!
Oh. Oh, now that was a cool.
Oh, that was a cool
Nice.
That
transition.
was really cool.
Yeah.
This is reminding me of Battlefront. Oh, what? They needed those in some of the movies.
It really did.
Wow, how come Stormtroopers are so badass in this? They're not in the movies. They're getting everything.
I like the inspiring music. Are these our
They didn't
heroes?
have Stormtroopers in there. That's cool.
Oh, there's one carrying an Imperial flag.
Flag.
Be sure to burn those moisture farmers
Oh
to a
my
crisp.
God.
That was really bizarre.
I don't know.
great.
That was-
I want to join the Empire now.
Yeah, that's the weird part about that one is it actually put those in the role of the hero. You know, it really was glorifying. It's almost like the Iwo Jima recreated with
Right,
real stormtroopers.
exactly.
I don't know about that. Oh my god. I mean, it was.
So naturally, I love
Yeah, it's good.
Really
There's
enjoyed
nothing
it.
wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
Come on, let's keep a little optimism.
This is when I need to pull out my Imperial officer cap.
Yeah.
Critique their moves in that.
Exactly.
CK428, your leap was far too short. I don't care how those moisture farmers beg, you burn them to a skeleton.
Let the hate flow.
Imply
Roll
like
the Emperor.
real belief and real dedication on the part of stormtroopers. They're not just mindless clones. I mean, they really
They
believe.
had dialogue too. They're like, seize the area.
Yeah, and what was the one? It's like annihilate those rebels or something like
Yeah.
that. Destroy those rebels.
Whoever did that cartoon was really into it. It was like,
Yeah, way into it.
Let the
It
hate
did have great
flow through
transitions
you.
between the different locations. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was an
Oh
interesting
yeah,
idea.
I love that. Yeah, that was cool.
Uh-oh.
Jumping off over
Very
the
special.
cave and then coming out into the Rogue One scene. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of mirrored that Force Awakens
Yeah.
landing scene too a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on and we'll get a few of these done. Luke Skywalker lightsaber training.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so that was the Stormtroopers. We're going to do Luke Skywalker lightsaber training, Galaxy of Adventures. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1, begin.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through.
Luke's hair is sensitive to the Force.
Yeah. There's that big.
Oh, right in the groin. Oh,
Wow. Oh. Ouch. It gave him a black eye.
oh, up the butt. In the butt again.
Wow.
Dang.
Try it again, Luke. This time, let go your conscious self and act.
Thank you.
on
For
Much
the
younger
humiliation
Obi-Wan.
First, Obi-Wan.
Yeah. The anime Obi-Wan.
Your eyes can deceive you.
Oh, he's kind of enjoying this.
His ass was singed. That was horrible.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. That's pretty cool.
All right, getting serious.
Oh,
We're getting-
that's-
we're getting
yeah.
Force
Yeah,
vision now.
Yeah, that was cool.
You see? You can do it.
You still need
Oh,
to.
What
Luke
kind
with
of
that.
ending was that?
That was, we ended up with a few seconds to kill at the end.
Yeah. He held that smirk for a while there.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're gone. Brian is completely frozen.
Oh no. I'm just seeing you. Oh, I know what happened.
With me.
Hello, Greedo. Hey, Greedo.
Yeah, it was, again, comedy. The slapstick comedy, they seem to go back and forth on the slap. They choose
Yeah.
episodes to emphasize
I
the
just thought it was
cartoon nature of
interesting
it.
that I thought it was interesting that they chose to hold that pose there at the end.
Yeah.
5 full seconds.
I really think they just realized they had 5 seconds left at the end and they had no more animation. So slow down the zoom on Luke. Just slow it down. Get the 5 seconds in there. And,
I did like the moment when he put on the helmet and you see from the perspective of a Force vision, like
Yeah,
just
when everything was going
inside his
around him.
head. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I
They're
did.
really creative in what they do with
Oh
it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they're great.
fun.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I did miss the lesson there with Han being the skeptic. I don't think from watching it
Yeah.
that Han gave that speech about I've been all over the galaxy. I've never seen anything to make me believe in the Force. That's sort of essential to that scene and why
Really
one
is,
reason
yeah.
why Obi-Wan pushes Luke to do the next step or whatever. But
Yeah.
but they're taking little, their emphasis was just Luke and the lightsaber training and just showing that he can be a hero or whatever. So that was
Right.
what they dwelled on. But I did miss that one little bit where some of the deeper stuff sometimes is taken out of these some of the character little points to make them more iconic. Just
Yeah.
kind of, I won't say dumbed down because it's not totally true that it's dumbed down, but they pick and choose, and they only have a few seconds to do each one of these, so they have to
Yeah.
what they're doing.
And
talking,
they're
keep
geared
talking,
toward the
Tim, and I'll be
kid
right back.
audience.
Okay.
Okay.
keep talking.
Something weak coming
Ben,
through.
load your weapons.
Wow, there's something weak coming through. It's really a traitor. Traitor. Goodness, hold on.
I don't know why the First Order is so obsessed with traitors. Like traitors.
I know, right?
It's like did he take an oath that he betrayed? You're the holy oath. I'm pretty sure he was kidnapped as a baby or something, according to pictures.
From that video that we watched of the Stormtroopers, I mean,
Wouldn't he be called
betrayal.
escapee? I mean, escapee from being kidnapped as a child.
Escapee. It just doesn't have the same ring to
it. Milk carton kid.
Carillion escapee. Doesn't quite have the same ring.
We gave you armor. We gave you weapon. 3 meals a day. We took care of your brain. We flew you to places and let you kill people. How dare you?
Showed you the galaxy.
Where's your gratitude? Okay, we're doing Han Solo taking flight for his friends. That doesn't sound like Han Solo. This might be from the Solo sequel. Yeah, he might run away, take flight. Like, well, I'm getting out of here.
All right, let's keep a little.
I call this
quick question,
suicide.
So, is everybody queued up on this one? Because I got a question.
Yes.
Because mine won't start out with it being. Mine's not starting out black. It's actually starting with Luke.
Yeah, I've got Luke staring at Han
I literally drag it as far to the left as I can, and it's still got Luke in the frame. Okay.
Yeah.
While the other one's
We
starting
suddenly
from
have a more serious Luke. He looks angrier.
Yeah.
His
I wonder if
eyebrows.
his hair's going to be blowing.
Yes. Are we to the Luke yet where the hair becomes a little more serious? Like as we go along, his hair becomes a little more serious cut? Not yet, evidently.
Apparently not yet. All right. Are we ready?
This is pre-accident Luke. This is the Luke that was going to be on 8 is Enough or whatever on television. Okay, so Han Solo taking flight for his friends, which I'll believe it when I see it. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Got your reward? You're just leaving then?
That's right, yeah.
Why don't you take a look around? You know what's about to happen, what they're up against. They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them.
What good's the reward if you ain't around to use it?
Well, take care of yourself, Han.
A lot of dialogue.
I guess it's what you're best at, isn't it?
It is what he's best at.
Yeah,
It absolutely is.
It's good to be good at something.
Oh, hey, you're going with him to the moment of decision. We never got to see this.
I know what I'm doing.
In a galaxy of adventures, a true hero returns to help his friends.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
Vader changes his mind.
Major battle going on here. Oh, what?
Oh, I love
Whoa.
this.
Now we'll get answered who's firing the quad cannons.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke! You can see
How
that.
does he know
Somehow
which
he
one's
knows that's
Luke?
Luke.
Some TIE fighters. Okay, who fired it? I need this answer. No answer.
No.
It was the Force. They didn't get clear. Oh, they did. That was easy. Oh, only 2 survivors in this version.
Yeah.
In the Star Wars
I loved
can be
that.
an adventure.
That was why these things
Yeah,
should be
that was
done.
great.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
a
that
cool
was-
reinterpretation of some of the dialogue and stuff.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, and actually going to the moment of him making a decision that we never got to see in the original movie. That was cool. And the re-entry
Yeah,
into
that
the
was- that was
battle. All of that was well done, beautifully animated.
And I like how since they didn't have any dialogue to show the moment, they just made it a silent agreement between Han and Chewie, which is exactly probably what it would have been.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good job.
I did find it interesting at the beginning, though, that Han was like absolutely a foot taller than Luke. He looked like he was talking to a little kid, and a couple of those shots, he was looking like completely down on him. It's like, okay, I know Harrison Ford is taller than Mark Hamill, but not like 12 inches taller.
I don't know. He is pretty. I don't know. What do you think? Harrison Ford 6'2", maybe?
Yeah, I think he's
Or is he
6'2".
6 foot?
Mark
6'1"?
Hamill like 5'10" or something.
5'8" or 9", maybe 5'10". He's 5'9", I bet.
Yeah,
At best. Standing on his toes.
That was well done. I have to say, for a series that is really supposed to be geared towards a child audience, they're putting a lot of thought into the way they reinterpret.
And it's intense enough. They don't. I mean, they're not dumbing it down.
Yeah,
badly, which I like.
That one they used the dialogue they needed to use that time to show you the difference in the characters, and also it wasn't just Han Solo being a hero from the beginning. They showed him making that decision to change his mindset from selfish to more selfless.
I like the way they took the dialogue from the original film, from the cargo bay or whatever, and put it in the Falcon itself. I thought that was kind of interesting, the way he's about to fly away and he's like, "What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing." That almost kind of fits a little bit better, the setting,
Yeah.
I did think it was hilarious, just the combat they had to go through to get to the trench.
Yeah.
they rammed like 2 TIE fighters or something like that. It's pretty darn reckless. And I still don't know who's firing those damn quad cannons.
Well, okay, well, I have a theory on that.
There's a robot or something?
I mean, it's always been my impression, and I haven't, I haven't gone down the rabbit hole so far as to study, how that's possible. But I'm assuming that if you don't have someone to physically man them, they can probably be run from the cockpit.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Probably lock them in and have them targeted.
But then why even have a
why would a trick shot like that, though?
Well, technically, because if you do have a gunner, you actually have more mobility. Because you have the 365 and all that kind of stuff that you can move around up there if you have it, but if you don't have it, you still have the option of using it, firing it from the cockpit.
I see what you mean. Well, wait a minute.
I know you're talking, but all I heard was.
I heard everything he said.
No, I'm making fun of his opinion.
Oh, okay.
He's making fun
wait a
because
second.
he agreed to.
Let me ask you, would this support what Carillion is saying? Isn't there that moment in Empire Strikes Back where Han gets one of the cannons to shoot on the exterior of the Falcon to shoot the stormtroopers when
That's a little cannon, though. That's a different personality.
Okay.
I just think it goes against the World War II aesthetic of the Falcon, which is what that whole thing, you're like a bomber, you're sitting in that. It needs a person to run it. I don't know. And even they deleted in Return of the Jedi, like General Madine was in one of those.
Right.
And then another crewman who has a name and all that, his scenes got deleted. He was in the other one. So they had 2 guys in the quad cannons in the Return of the Jedi fight. I would be more comfortable with, like, there's a forward gun or something that we don't even know about that you fire from the cockpit, and Han made that trick shot using that instead of the quad cannon. So we never saw what he fired in Star Wars. No. We just saw that, that he was firing something, but I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, interesting.
And I also think in the movie, they didn't show Chewbacca at first, did they? Until he said, "Great shot, kid." Then I think Chewbacca was sitting next to him. So I always wondered if Chewbacca somehow crammed himself in that. I don't see how he could have possibly done it. I wondered if he crammed himself in that quad cannon and then came back for the explosion. Anyway,
good point.
Your explanation actually is the closest we'll ever have to making sense of that plot. They're gonna have to do a whole another Rogue 2, a whole movie to explain who fired the quad cannon.
Rogue 2.
It'll be a moody teenage girl. It'll be called The Stowaway. She stowed away aboard the Falcon.
Exactly.
And she admired Han and Luke from afar, but not too much because they aren't that great anymore. And but she didn't want to see Luke die, so she climbed up in the quad cannon and. Anyway, she later died from radiation poisoning from the exploding Death Star reactor because she was in the quad cannon cockpit that wasn't shielded. All right. If we're gonna move on, let's do a few more of these. Knock them out. They're short.
Okay.
Let's do Luke and Yoda.
Luke and
Yoda, the
Yoda?
Jedi Master. We haven't seen any of these. We're watching together for the first time, which is part of the fun of this. I'm lobbying for a whole movie or a whole movie series of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I would go for that.
Agreed.
Yeah, it could slow it down a little. It would be really cool. All right, we're gonna start this in 3, 2, 1, begin.
I'm looking for something.
You're looking for something. Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yoda
the
looks
hair.
like a hockey player. Yeah, he looks serious now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it upside down Yoda.
Upside down.
Oh
Yoda.
my
I like
god.
And
his
his
toes.
toes.
Oh my god, he's creepy
Wow.
as hell.
He's way more animated.
He looks like a pug.
Uh-oh. Got fighting, Yoda.
This is like a lot of these. It's showing
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little
highlight.
tribute to the character.
Yeah, they're like highlight videos now.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh,
that's harsh.
Ugly.
I love it.
Damn. Be afraid, Luke.
Be very
Whoa.
afraid.
Star Wars Galaxy. Every day.
Hey, that was a choice that they went with there.
Wow, that was interesting.
He looked like a pug with like long ears put on, like
Yeah.
with those Halloween costumes that they put on dogs. Oh my god!
And the one scene was like the Yoda version of the Vader scene in Rogue One, where he's just like jumping
Yeah.
from Stormtrooper to Stormtrooper and stabs the one through the heart. And it's like, wow.
Yeah, killed him I have.
That's
Yes,
cool. Killed them, I have.
many of them. Yes, over and over I have.
Mm.
No chance did they stand. No.
Oh golly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dark? You've been silent. That just the look on Yoda's face. I'm still haunted by that.
I'm sorry. You're right, it's creepy.
Well, they showed though what he actually looks like, and he's putting on a character. But man, he
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
stoned off his ass. Like what the hell? He dropped some shrooms from Dagobah before he hooked up with Luke.
With the red eyes, yeah. Take You Two in My Will, though, is one of my favorite moments in Empire Strikes Back, where you get that side view of him and he goes, woo! The Muppet lips go out and the eyes go out.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They caught that pretty well.
That is
I
great.
always
Like,
loved the shot of him walking and waving the lantern, the light back
Yeah,
over
yeah.
his shoulder. You're surprised that you're seeing Yoda walking
Mhm.
because you don't expect him to, be able to show that.
Yeah.
That's always one of my favorite moments. Too.
Yeah, very cool.
Sometimes less is more, but that was all right.
Yeah,
I
that's
enjoyed that.
good.
That was good. I find it interesting that they've kind of gone into a new style, at this point, where they do all
Yeah.
this sort of, almost like a montage of various scenes from the saga, as opposed to
Yeah.
just like the earlier ones just showed literally like a scene and that was
Yeah.
it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of an interesting choice.
And
And
Luke's hairdo is improved.
Yeah, Luke's changed from Pixie Luke to
Yeah.
just a little bit Shaggy Luke, I guess.
Thank
Shaggy
God.
He's still clueless though. He's like, I know something's going on, but I can't quite figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Luke versus Imperial Walkers. Commander on Hoth. Okay. Commander on Hoth. Whatever that. This one jumps right into it, looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got it. Commander on Hoth. Commander on Hoth.
Mhm.
Wow.
Praetorian, are you ready?
I am ready to go.
All right. Luke versus Imperial Walkers, Commander on Hoth. 3, 2, 1, begin. That's Walkers, all right.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh!
Oh, ooh, wow.
So it's better to be a Stormtrooper is what we're learning.
They're brutal.
Or anyone rather than a rebel. Oh, dang, Luke.
No,
That's
that
just
was
showing off.
not-
That was intense.
Nice. That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice recreation.
Oh, it's beautifully filmed.
Oh, Jansen got some dialogue.
Yeah. You got some screen time.
Luke, when you get cocky, it never fails.
See, never fails to get shot down.
Wait, Luke, what about Dak?
Ooh,
Luke,
Yeah,
where's
into
Dak?
a gunner.
Luke, no, oh,
Except
come on
that-
back. Oh my God! What?
Whoa! What?
That's
Took the floor
that
right out
was
from under it.
easy.
That was
Star
easy.
Wars Galaxy.
That was
Every day can be an
easy.
adventure.
Like 5 more minutes, all the walkers would have been destroyed. I feel like.
No kidding. Oh, that was great. I love it.
so Dak was slapped so far down he just wasn't even in there. He didn't vanish.
Well,
I guess
sucks
he
to be
ejected
Dak.
Jakku.
in this version. He ejected or something.
Oh my God.
That was good. That was fun.
Yeah, I love the stormtrooper getting his feet cut out from underneath him.
Yeah, that's just cruel. But then he fell the same distance Luke did. So wouldn't he still be in
Yeah.
the snow there? Or they should have had a fist fight. Grab
Should've
him,
had a
Tom.
fist
Come here. Dun, 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 dun.
Back down as the walker falls. Oh
Yeah, that was
my
good.
God.
That was good. They're exciting. They keep you
No,
guessing. Sure.
I have to say too that I like these cartoons that show the space battles, the flight battle in the midst of flight. They do really good with translating the shots of the way the vehicles fly
Mhm.
and making it really exciting, like with the shot of the snow speeder going in between the legs of the walker was really cool. Some of the visual choices for the space flight battles are
Yeah.
really neat.
Right. No, it's really well done, and
Yeah.
they do a good job of recreating certain shots from the film itself.
Yeah.
Kind of identical, like the aerial shot there of the winding the
Yeah,
cord around the
strapping
walker's leg.
around
That
the
was the
leg.
exact
Yeah.
the exact same shot from the film.
The only thing that I would critique a little is just the when you think of the movie as a whole that it's coming from, Luke's way too cocky and positive. Like it ends like they're winning the battle when they're getting their butt kicked the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
But this again, they're choosing little spots to alter a little bit and emphasize different things, and they wanted to show Luke is competent now. I think
Yeah.
that's what I called it, Commander on Hoth. They're giving him his moment against
Exactly.
walkers. I do think it's funny that they do imply he's overconfident. Like he's smirking at that walker gets destroyed
Right
and
as he
instantly
gets
gets shot
hit,
down. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Okay, I don't know why I dropped, but I did.
Yeah, you dropped out for a minute there.
I'm back. I had to restart Skype. So let's see. That was Han for his friends. Luke versus Yoda. Okay. Fun facts about the Sith.
Fun facts.
That's what it says. Fun facts. The Sith.
It's just
Fun
the title
facts.
that is so ridiculous. It's almost like the Han Solo flies for his
It's
friend.
like how many facts did they discard because they weren't fun?
Exactly.
Let's see.
'Cause the
Murs
Sith, we all know
planet,
the Sith is all
kills
about fun.
children, burns moisture farmers to none of this is really fun.
Burn moisture farmers to the bone.
Shoots lightning from fingertips. That could be fun. All right, we've already done Darth Vader versus Rebel Fleet, so we did Han Solo versus Space Slug. Let's do Luke and R2 if everybody's still game.
Yeah.
It's just now noon, so we're doing okay on time. This may be, I don't know, maybe this is all we're going to get to today, which is fine. Let me bring this up. And
so now it's weird. They've got like two different titles. Like the first one says Luke and R2. Then when you click on it, it says R2D2, a pilot's best friend.
Pilot's best
Yeah.
friend.
Right. So he's a dog, space dog. Okay.
Well, Yoda's the space dog. We've already established that.
Yeah.
Treat you will give me. Yes, look at my giant eyeballs. Aren't I cute?
Walt, use that microscope.
Oh, poop on your friends. Yes. Okay.
Right,
R2D2,
I'm ready if
pilot's
you are.
best friend. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Did you your best reactions on this one? I want just full emotive bliss. We're gonna start this in 3, 2, 1, begin. Who are those guys?
Oh,
Nub.
be a nub.
The
Oh,
green one's not too bright.
Oh.
Adventures. A pilot can always rely on their trusty astromech droid.
Okay. There's a pink one.
Yeah, I'm pretty
There's
sure.
big-
Oh, yeah,
oh,
Porkins. Right with your red tune.
Oh
What?
Wow.
How are these guys alive for this fight?
no!
Oh,
I know, right?
When did this happen?
love the music. Music's great. It's from Empire, right?
Oh, wow.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's the.
Dang, Luke.
Oh my
Man, that's
God.
excellent. That's a really cool shot.
I was surprised he didn't get shot down again looking at the R2 like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Exactly.
polish that dome later, buddy.
That's awesome. Gosh.
Well,
Okay.
I have a
Yeah.
question. I have a question. What happens?
Yeah.
What happens if Schmutz gets in R2's like visual receptor? He can't really. It's recessed, and he doesn't have arms that seem to go there. How does he clean it? How does he tell
How
someone?
does he clean his glasses?
Yeah, how does he clean his visual receptor? Because if that happened at the wrong time, they'd be screwed.
Well, no, he has Luke put Rain-X on it before they go out. That way nothing sticks to it.
That makes sense.
Or he's got a windshield wiper system that we're
That
unaware
makes
of.
exactly as much sense as anything else. That was cool,
That was
Mhm.
cool.
but I don't think
Yeah,
they obviously threw cannon or whatever to the wind there and having all the dead pilots
Yeah, I mean, some of
going
these,
into battle.
and that's the thing we've seen. Some of these are not straight from the movie. Some of these are just kind of like inspired by events from the movies, just kind of the
It's
feel of the
wish
films.
fulfillment in a way. Yeah, like we'd love to see that all the pilots, kicking
Yeah,
ass.
and that didn't that look like a battle as big as the battle at the end of Return of the Jedi? I mean,
It
like
did.
when they
Yeah,
had
it
the-
It looked like they were breaking a blockade or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, multiple Star Destroyers and TIE fighters everywhere. What I think would be really cool, kind of to Greedo's point earlier about them doing a series of these, I would love to see a series in this animated style. Slow it down a little bit, obviously. You can't have a full episode of just, craziness. But, do a series that takes place between, Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
And do, just kind of show, flesh out some of the stuff.
Man, yeah, now
that
you're
would be
talking.
really cool.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
They would have to cast, of course, voice actors because you
Of
couldn't
course, yeah.
piece together. If you had all the rights
No,
to every
you
bit of
couldn't just do-
dialogue from
yeah.
every
If you're
character,
doing an original series, you'd have to have voice actors for sure.
yeah. It would be interesting to attempt that, like just have the main characters only appear, or the legacy characters only appear and say dialogue that already existed or something. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting to put
would
that
be
kind of
weird, yeah.
limitations. But yeah, that would be really good. Or like a Red Squadron or a Rogue Squadron series or something that takes place
yeah.
during that.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be neat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be amazing, and have because basically Wedge would be one of the main characters. That
Yeah.
would be really interesting.
And then you could have a counterpoint to like some Imperials, and actually instead of just making the Imperials just the heavy-handed, you almost do like a World War I or World War II thing where you see you have some actual Imperial characters and stuff too. That would be neat.
Oh yeah, I'd
And the
love
pilots
that, man.
and what they
That'd be
deal with and everything. Because Wedge, now they've established that Wedge was an Imperial pilot who
Mhm.
defected.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
the Imperial pilots aren't evil necessarily. They're
Right.
just people on the wrong side of the conflict.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's move on. And how about Princess Leia, an unexpected friend, not best
Okay.
friend?
Yeah. An unexpected friend.
Princess Leia, an unexpected friend. I guess it also says Wicket on it.
Wicket.
Oh joy. Okay. Speaking
Maybe
of
Wicket-
the greatest thing in the Star Wars universe,
Right.
Ewoks.
They need to have a scene where the Ewok tribe just slaughters porgs on the ice, like baby seals, and eats them all, and then the Ewoks would be redeemed. All right,
This is gonna be interesting.
Princess Leia, an unexpected friend. I bet. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Oh, the
That's
Death
no
Star.
moon.
Oh. Oh. Dropping my
Oh
phone.
wow,
Okay.
we get to
Whoa.
see Princess Leia on the speeder bike.
Oof, she's dead.
Yep. Yep. There she is.
In a galaxy of adventures, making new friends.
Yay.
All the difference. Cut it out!
Whoa.
Wow, boy. Very
I
animated.
see nothing endearing there for her to suddenly like him.
No.
If he had scales instead of fur, she would have killed him immediately. Let's be honest.
Oh, at least his eyes aren't blinking like in the revised edition of Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh,
that's nice.
smack. He's getting away.
nice. She got the roll in there. The little
Oh,
laughing roll.
Oh, yes!
Bang! You little psychopath.
He looked like he had fangs.
It did have fangs.
In the Star
He's
Wars
like,
galaxy,
try
every
killing.
day
It's
can be an
awesome.
adventure.
Come on, let's kill stuff. I'll show you how much fun it is.
Oh my god. That was barbaric.
Don't make fun of Ewoks. I'm telling you, it's dangerous.
I know, right? They'll take it out on you.
I had thought that they were going to go even further with the teddy bear stuff, but they're trying to redeem the Ewoks.
Yeah, they're trying to make them look
excessive
fierce.
cuteness.
Something they are not.
Short murder's better than no murder at all.
Oh my god.
I liked that. That was good. I used to like the use of dialogue and sound effects there, and it was a little bit slower paced. The Ewok did kind of they couldn't decide whether the way he was kind of pulsating when he appeared and made it look like he was a comedic character, but also I don't know, he was a little.
And then he transformed.
It's kind of like what they did with Yoda. It was a little unnerving. It was I found that a little bit unnerving.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know why he was taking her to the radar dish. Like,
I am seeing on my screen right now Star Wars Forces of Destiny image of the Ewoks, and it's so different from that Ewok.
Oh no.
oh yeah, the Forces of Destiny, like
seen-
the
They're
Uh,
completely
dolls
different,
kind of stuff.
I'm seeing two little teddy bears looking out at me. I'm thinking if I click on that, I'm making a big mistake.
Yeah.
I did watch this the Han versus Han.
I saw that.
You guys
too,
ought to watch
yeah.
that sometime. That's really
I've seen
funny.
it.
Counts how many
Yeah,
times
all the different
people say
pronunciations.
Han versus Han.
Oh.
Yeah, Han,
I haven't seen that.
Someone needs to do that for the
Yeah,
Lord of the
Han.
Rings movies with like Saruman, Saruman. Okay, if we're still good, let's do Princess Leia and Han Solo.
Oh wow. Okay. Now this one will be interesting.
Just the and Han Solo, not versus.
Yeah, is it Han or Han?
Leia and Han. The Han rescue, is that what this is?
Yeah,
the Han. The
yes,
Han
Lando,
rescue.
the Han rescue.
It opens on a shot that looks like it's directly from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it really
it's
does, yeah.
IKEA Solo.
Like,
Off the table.
you can build your own Solo.
All right.
Leia and Han.
I used to think what was like they used to charge like $8,000 for one of those if you got the full Han Solo and Carbonite. I thought that.
yeah?
I thought that.
And you have to
people
have
make
Harrison Ford in there ready to go.
I know, right?
Well, listen.
Ready to
I used to
fall
thought.
for me.
I used to think that was a lot of money until they said you can get a R2 at Galaxy's Edge for $25,000.
Oh my
A
god.
full size R2, like an actual R2,
Well, he's a
that's
pilot.
crazy.
like the ones you see at the conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's just everything's getting crazy out of control. Like we're gonna wring all the money out of these Star Wars nerds before they die.
That's right.
All right. We've got Leia. You want to say Leia or Leah and Han or
Leia.
Han?
I don't know
Leia
what's going on with
and
I don't know what's going on with Gundark right now because she's saying Leia and Han.
Han.
It's like Leia and Han.
I always think of her as Princess Leia. Not Leia.
I go back
Even
and
though
forth. But
she
Han
says
is definitely
Leia.
Han, not Han.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
But for some reason, Gundark wants to be the rebel today. It's Han.
Han is fun though to say.
Lando tells me it's Han, so it's Han.
Wait, who tells you that?
Lando!
She's going with
So Lando knows better than Han himself. Okay, got it.
Well, let's be honest. Han's last name was made up by a freaking Imperial officer, so Lando can make up his
What's
first
wrong
name
with
as far
that?
as I'm concerned. I don't know. You can
Imperial
try it. See
officers
what
are the
happens.
smartest people in the galaxy.
Yeah. Did they give you the last name Traitor? Traitor.
They did.
Who are you
Absolutely.
people? Oh, those vile scum.
Oh, those people that I cannot stand, that I want to turn against. Okay, Carillion traitor.
All right, Leia and Han. The Han rescue. It's like they're rescuing a Chinese dynasty.
The hand.
All right, we're gonna start this. Everybody's ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, begin. Go.
Whoa, he looks very angry. He's like,
I think it pinched his groin area when he got frozen.
wow, that was quick.
Oh, that was quick.
He looks rough.
He's looking a little Cowboy Bebop-ish there.
Yeah.
Looks like Spike.
Oh, here we get another one of those highlights.
Meanwhile, in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
like
nice.
the
That's
transition.
beautiful.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay, how did you survive that?
In the
That's
Galaxy of
intense.
Adventures. Love.
All right, yeah, the hate spoke
Yeah.
of that. Oh, right.
Oh, point
Nice.
blank.
Now, why are they shooting at the ship that Han is in? As I'll never understand that.
Yeah.
What if it exploded right there? How bad would they feel? Nice. We got full-on
Oh,
sexual
wow.
act.
In the Star Wars
Wow.
galaxy, every day can be an adventure.
There we go.
Romantic kiss. Good grief.
And then it turns out when his eyes cleared that it was actually one of the dancing girls. He just thought it was. He thought it was Princess.
He was just picturing it
Yeah.
wrong.
Leia. That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
Probably one of my favorite ones.
Very, very
That-
good.
I liked the Han taking flight for his friends, and this one I think
Yeah.
the best
Mhm.
out
Yeah, I
of
agree
these
with
so
that.
far. I think.
I was kind of focused on her determination throughout to get him back. That was really neat.
I like I said, I don't understand why they're firing at Slave One when the engines are right there. What if a straight shot? You know, he hits the gas
Yeah,
tank.
it explodes the engine. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got this brick of Han Solo dropping into Bespin's atmosphere. Million, good luck finding him now. If it even stays in one piece, wasn't
Wow,
the wisest choice, but
That was good.
okay. So that was Princess Leia and Han Solo. I love the colors in that one. The carbon freeze chamber is one of the greatest
Yeah.
sets of all time, and it even
Oh, it
translates. It made that animation look way classier and more
Yeah.
expensive than it is, just from having that color scheme and everything in there. And the light, they did a good job of imitating the lighting. Can you imagine what a nightmare lighting that set must have been?
Oh yeah. I can
Okay. There's Jabba the Hutt, Galactic Gangster. Do we want to watch that one?
Sure.
Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I've got it.
We're getting
Let me
close,
find it.
catching up on these.
The Hut.
Jabba. This is another one. Is it Jabba or Jabba?
Jabba.
Jabba. Honey.
Of course, it's not Jabba.
Honey.
Gundark, what is wrong with you? Jabba.
He's very sensitive.
Jabba.
Okay. Jabba the Hutt.
No bata. Jabba, no bata.
Jabba.
No
Oh,
Barta.
bat.
Jabba, no Barta. All right. Jabba the Hutt. Galactic Gangster. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
I am.
I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, begin. Nice lens flare. J.J. Abrams will be proud.
Abrams inspired.
I love the door. I love the Jabba's
Limping
door.
3PO.
That always makes me think Star Wars when you see that door.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh! Toad lovers, look away. We have some toad lovers here. Oh, boss.
Oh, boss,
Ooh,
can I cheat?
see the full anime demonic possession going on.
Oh,
Oh, dang, what?
This is the perspective of all his victims.
You're guilty of not shaving. What?
Oh my god.
What is happening right now? Oh my god.
Yeah. Everybody's into it, whatever's going on. Oh, villain shot.
Super psychopath.
Oh, Sith has nothing on Jabba.
It's got the right idea.
What?
Run away!
In the Star Wars galaxy.
3PO was doing the robot there. It was like very pronounced. It's like.
Oh my god.
That was great.
I love that one.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Tatooine Justice. That was very, very cool.
Yes, that's what that one should be called. Tatooine Justice.
But how do you decide who gets the Rancor and who gets the Sarlacc? You know, obviously
Right.
Choppa loves feeding people to
Whatever
things.
he wants at the moment. If he needs to kill somebody right away, they go in the Rancor pit. If he
Or if
thinks
he
he
just
can
wants
wait
to-
a little bit, he can wait a little bit.
Or if he wants to have a party, he just takes him to the Sarlacc.
Yeah,
They can have
Right. Jabba was pretty vile there. I'll give him credit. That was a good job of making him.
Look,
Yeah, everybody looked very demonic and evil there.
Love
absolutely.
opening with the toad victim. I mean, you just
Yeah.
the toad thing in its little container
It had
suddenly
the-
being
It had the big anime eyes and from the back of his skull, and it was looking out like, "Save me." Nope.
Nope.
Oh god.
That was great.
I don't
So
know
do we-
that children. I mean, children. You know, I don't know.
Children gotta have villains too. I mean, they know what this is about.
I don't know, Gundark. Is it children or is it children?
Child, the children. Children. The bit intense.
Kylo Children.
All right. Do we want to roll into Skywalker versus Jabba the Hutt for the same theme?
Oh yeah.
Luke versus Jabba.
Yeah.
Sail barge escape is what I'm seeing. Okay.
Sail barge is.
Oh, I hear the John Williams music. It
Okay.
started where I could stop
Can't go wrong with that.
it. No.
Luke versus Jabba.
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 Tell Jabba I got his money.
Okay, Han.
I don't have it with me. All right. Okay. Everybody ready? Everybody
Yep.
there?
Mhm.
Okay. Luke versus Jabba sail barge escape. 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Oh wow, the Rancor pit is really
Sarlacc's
active.
going at it.
Dang.
Oh
Whoa.
my God.
Jabba's golden eyes there.
Stop that.
This is your last chance.
Oh, Luke, finally cool.
No,
Oh,
free,
yeah.
no free us or die. They didn't want to go that far. Nice.
Oh yes.
Whoop some ass. Oh, now this is what we should have gotten.
Yes.
Oh, he used the force there. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh! I'm tossed like a peanut into the Sarlacc.
Oh, my God.
We're actually getting slave Leia in this one.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Let's go, and don't forget the droids.
That was easy. The hero shot.
Yep.
That hero
Oh,
shot at the end.
Every
That
day
was
in
great.
adventure.
They skipped him getting shot in the hand.
Yeah. Well, you knew they would.
And they skip all the stuff about Lando falling into the pit.
Well, yeah, that's why it's Luke versus Jabba, even though
Han being blind and all that. Yeah.
actual direct conflict. And they didn't really show Leia strangling Jabba, did they?
Yes,
No.
but it was very
Oh, did
brief.
they?
Quick.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
showed like
okay.
the
It
gruesome
was a
Wow,
couple
I
of
didn't even
healing
catch that.
over dead.
Yeah, it was just a couple of seconds. That was cool. I do like the shot at the end, focusing on the two of them together.
I love the shot of him using the Force too.
That
where
was
he
Yeah.
whipped it out.
The initial
Yeah.
stuff on the skiff was really good.
Yeah.
When he catches the lightsaber out of the air, that whole sequence, Boba
Yeah.
Fett
And
actually
Boba
being
Fett,
useful and
yeah.
firing from the air was really cool. Like I have a giant rifle cannon, but I gotta be within 5 feet to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use it from far away.
Doesn't make any sense at all. I got these rocket launchers and stuff, but I just want to be right there in the action.
Do you have a feeling that these are to some degree like redeeming some of the characters from the complaints that have been made? Like the depiction of the Ewok and then Boba Fett actually being badass in that last moment. And
possibly. Yeah.
I think there's more of a coincidence involved in that, probably. Like, and there's a little bit of wish fulfillment of like, I wish we had seen this or that. There was a couple of shots like that in the earlier ones, and obviously, like when they make Vader 10 times more badass than he is. Stuff. And the fights are more dynamic and fast and everything. It's just a different style interpretation. Whoever's directing these and whoever's in charge of storyboarding them and deciding how they go has a style about it. I don't know, because then that would imply that they were making Leia more effective in the Escape, cartoon.
Yeah.
To somehow fix something that was wrong, which there was nothing wrong in the initial. So I think it's more of just a stylistic decision, cartoon by cartoon or something. But who knows? That'd be a good thing if we could figure out who did these and talk to them.
See if there are any interviews with them available, because some of their thinking behind this would be interesting to know. Do we want to do like a Chewbacca one next? There's a Chewbacca Wookie Warrior.
We only got a couple left, right, to get caught up.
Yeah.
Skipping Darth Vader versus Hoth.
Oh, Darth Vader.
Oh, no. Yeah, we got to do that one. So we've got 3 more.
Yeah.
We got Darth Vader versus Hoth Rebels, Chewbacca, and then Luke versus Rancor.
Okay.
Okay, so Vader versus Rebels now?
Yeah.
It's funny, too, because having played Battlefront and Battlefront 2 and all the Star Wars games, some of these cartoons are like scenarios straight out of there, more like the Imperials all kicking ass and working together.
Right.
Vader slaughtering different stuff. That's what happens when you get a hero character and turn them loose on a Battlefront server. It's pretty much slaughter like that. Okay, is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Darth Vader versus Hoth Rebels crushing the rebellion, so we can guess what happens here. While Luke's standing out being a commander and looking cocky on the snow, we can figure what's going to happen here.
All right, slaughtering everybody else.
Yeah, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, begin. Oh, it's a probe droid.
A probe droid, nice.
Reporting to Lord Vader.
Oh, I see.
Something very weak coming through. Whoa.
Oh my God! How many Star Destroyers are in the fleet? Holy!
Who's that guy? He looks like he's from Scooby-Doo. It's a Scooby-Doo Imperial officer. Damn. No time to react. Oh, he's just walking across the surface. Oh, the shield's not even down yet. The shield just now went down. How did he get there? That's a big door, Lord Vader. Are you sure? Oh, never mind.
Whoa! Speaking of more powerful.
What the? All right, this is becoming a cliche now.
Now it's the Rogue One ending on Hoth.
Oh, nice. I don't think he likes fire very much, though.
No, I don't think so.
In the Star Wars galaxy, every day can be an adventure.
It was definite wish fulfillment, but it was a scene we didn't see. In the movies. And I like it.
How did he go in?
Right, you never saw him actually arriving and getting to the base. Yep.
Yeah, but the Force, I mean, Luke wouldn't even ask if the dark side was more powerful. If he saw Vader rip those doors off the hinges. Those doors were huge. You remember, like, they closed in the beginning of the movie. Yeah. That'd be like, why didn't Kylo Ren do that at the end of The Last Jedi? Wimp.
Yeah.
Rip that last door and throw it in, crush everybody to death.
Skyscrapers just evaporate before Lord Vader. I mean, my God.
That is
Why
cool.
Why do they even need a Death Star?
Yeah, just unleash Vader on them.
It's sort of like they have to make so many episodes of this, and the creators are like, how many scenes like Rogue One can we cram in? Like, how many times could Vader have killed a bunch of people and used the Force? Let's just do that over and over again.
That was the video that one of our viewers sent to me for us to watch. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you, viewer.
Yeah, he must have been like, okay.
I should name you Darth Redonkulous. Financial stand
Oh, my
against you
goodness.
ever. All right.
All right.
Now we got Chewbacca Wookie Warrior. Unless anybody has any further comment on that, I love all the walkers and all the Scooby Doo Imperial officer will stick in my mind. I like how he had like stress lines on his face, like, just from standing behind Vader. He gets
Yeah.
he's
And I
not
love
having a good life right now.
like Gundog pointed out, like, how many Star Destroyers are there? There were literally like 50 to Star Destroyers in that one shot.
Oh, there's enough.
100.
Never you fear, there's enough.
Oh my god.
It just makes you wonder why they needed a Death Star in the first place. Just as a capper on the, because if you have the fleet that can just show up and bombard a planet,
Right.
why do you need to destroy the whole planet? Just level the cities. I mean, from space. No one can stop you.
Like Hicks said, nuke them from orbit. It's the only way to be
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, what else are they doing? Just running blockades and sitting there doing nothing? Use your Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Chewbacca Wookie Warrior.
Wookie Warrior.
Yep.
Betting on that one.
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, Chewbacca Wookie Warrior. We're gonna move on from that last one. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
We're in Wookie land now. 3,
Sort of.
2, 1, begin. Solo.
Wow.
Oh, is that Solo? It
Yeah,
is.
Solo.
The original Solo. Right before it gets smashed.
Oh.
Kira.
What in
Oh,
the...
Oh,
Interesting.
where did he touch her? Right there. She looks surprised. She still looks upset about it.
The mighty
Hey, they're using dialogue from Solo too.
oh,
Oh, wow.
Now we're getting the
yeah. Oh, we get
The
now from the
retrospect.
prequels.
Flashback to the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
no Tarzan yet.
Yeah, thank you.
He's a very angry.
Oh, he's enraged.
He's vented all of his rage. He's
Trying to be an Ewok.
Calmly remembering his rage.
Well, that was a little anticlimactic version of that moment, but let the
I
Wookiee
enjoyed
sit.
that, though. That was still good.
That was good, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, it was nice seeing something from Solo. That was.
There's no
that was-
denying the awesomeness of Chewbacca, so
No,
Absolutely not.
no. I mean, if you think about it, Chewbacca was one of the great things through the entire saga. He never failed us ever. Even in the new movies, we might have problems with some things in the new movies, but he is always awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely one of the most consistent characters in the entire thing.
Yeah. Okay.
that was
good.
good.
I enjoyed
That was
that.
good.
Very good.
Wookie. Is it Wookie? Wookie?
I don't know. Let's go to the export, Gundar.
Children.
Wookie.
Wookie. It's definitely not Wookie. It's Wookie. There are two O's.
Okay, that was Chewbacca Wookie Warriors. We got menacing monsters, every creature in the Star Wars. All right, all we got left here is Luke versus Rancor.
The
Wrath of the Rancor.
Wrath.
It's just, I get the feeling it's gonna be like WWE or something. It's the Leave Tatooine match.
This is just hunger of the Rancor. He's not angry. He's just hungry.
He's just
I
hungry.
think he's angry too. I think he's kind of miserable. A couple of times he looks upset. I think he's just very. I don't think that's his natural habitat. To be down in that cave.
You think?
Fed pork and beans or whatever they spend on all the time.
What was it, Walrus Man in that last
Yeah.
video?
Walrus
Like
Man.
what? A Walrus Man? Really?
A moment of silence for Walrus Man and Ula,
Yeah, and Ula.
other Rancor snacks. I have like 500 porg from the Millennium Falcon. We can just pour down his gullet.
Yeah.
I satiate him for a while. All right. That's part of the circle of life that's in the Last Jedi. All right. Luke versus the Rancor, Wrath of the Rancor. We're going to start this in 3, 2, 1, begin. Oh, nice.
Balance.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Jabba.
Salacious crumb. I love it.
Oh,
Oh, and we're down.
Oh no, the rebels!
holy!
What?
Oh, world.
Oh, it's definitely fierce.
Good lord.
In the Galaxy of Adventures, a Jedi.
This kid comes
was
in real late
improvised
now.
to escape
Yeah.
the Galaxy.
Oh, hit him in the face. Oh, that's it. Luke was killed right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would kill me.
I like the way this Rancor walks with
Yeah.
its front arms.
Yep.
Really threatening.
Now Luke looks all business here.
Oh no. Oh.
Ooh. Notice they didn't actually show it.
Yeah.
Again, the cocky Luke standing there for
Yeah.
a moment.
In the
He
Star Wars
gives his little
galaxy,
second before
every
everything
day
goes to
can be an
crap.
adventure. Explore all the Galaxy of Adventures at Star.
The best has to be 3PO's narration.
I really
Right.
liked that one.
No, I did too.
It was a little fast in the intro. Like I would have liked it to slow down a little there with the confrontation with Jabba.
Jabba.
But again, Luke versus the Rancor. We're not talking about Jabba in this one.
Jabba's
they get right
reactions
to it.
were priceless, though.
Yeah, that was great. I love it when he woke up. That was a good
It
moment.
was- and then Luke said something to him, and his eyes just like, "Yeah, kid."
It's like, now that I
That
see you in
shot of
person, I laugh even
3PO.
harder.
That shot of 3PO looking like Belloc.
Beautiful.
Just
was
waiting for
classic.
that to explode.
Another Rancor! I'm gonna make that my if I can figure out like my icon. I'm gonna take a freeze frame of that and make it my icon on something.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh man.
A great droid moment from the cartoon.
Yeah.
That was reminiscent of the Luke versus the Wampa a little bit. Like if you put those together, they would probably play well
Yeah.
together because that was
Yeah.
another good one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
That one.
And
I
the
enjoyed
monster
that.
the monster was done well.
Yeah, that was a serious business monster. I mean, he was not hesitating. He's going right for it. Eating the guard and all that. Yeah, and I don't remember what I was gonna say, but it was good.
No, that was enjoyable. I
Yeah.
love those. Those are really good, and I guess we're all caught up on those now.
Yeah. Let's give a hand to the people who created
The
those.
animators, yeah.
Yeah,
Great
and for
job.
whoever greenlit
Yeah.
that whole project is
Yep.
one of my favorite things they've done with Star Wars in the past couple of years for sure. So
Yeah, that was fantastic. Those are really well done.
And just think
Now-
of the consistency of it. How many of those have we seen now? We've seen a ton of them, and they've all been consistently excellent. So,
Mhm. Yeah, I haven't seen a quality drop off at all.
great
So
series.
that's good. Yeah, absolutely. So now next they need to go with my idea.
yes,
Build us a whole series between Star Wars and Empire with that
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah.
unfortunately though, what if it was like Resistance or whatever that show is? I mean,
Yeah,
it would
funny,
have
but-
to be an actual show. I wish they would do it for young adults, and
Yeah.
put it on
Like-
Netflix or something.
basically like Clone Wars was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It appeals to
Yeah.
young adults. I mean, for kids all the way through adults. Yeah.
And give it that World War II vibe or whatever, the
That
kind
would
of
be-
grungy dirtiness and the militaristic kind of side of it and stuff. That would be really cool.
Okay, fans that like these cartoons, then lobby Lucasfilm for this.
Yeah,
We
good
need
luck.
to let Lucasfilm know this is what we want. Not more resistance. We want this.
I mean, okay,
No worries.
And
while
Lucasfilm
I
would
would
be
love,
like,
while
"You
I would
sure you
love
don't
to
want to
have
stomp
that.
in the groin? You sure? Because we got plenty of. We kick you in the groin again. It's fine.
Kick it. Wow.
That's
So you-
free. It's only $12 for us to kick you in the nuts. Don't you want that again? They know so much better than us what we want. But, sure,
Okay.
kick me right in the square in the nuts.
Praetorian the Unperturbed is going to speak now.
Okay. Listen, everyone
I
listen.
love that, by the way. The other day, Praetorian the Unperturbed. Okay. Honestly, just briefly to the defense of Resistance, I think it works for what it was. Did you guys actually finish the series or no?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
Never will.
watched everything all the way through the end of season 1, and it was good again for what it was. It's one that got progressively better, but you just gotta consider that this is geared to 6-year-olds. You know, it's not trying to be serious. It's not Clone Wars. It's not trying to appeal to adults.
Yeah.
So, going into it with that mindset, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. And obviously we know why they're doing that, because they're trying to get the younger fans into Star Wars, and they can't keep relying on all us old farts to keep money in their pockets for the next 50 years. They need to get to the young kids.
Right. Even though we're funding them up to this point and right now.
But you got to think they've literally diversified to the point that they've got something for everybody. So that's why I don't really see a problem with Resistance.
And we got more Clone Wars coming.
Right.
We got another season of Clone Wars coming. And we got two live action television series. And Mandalorian does look pretty badass from what we've seen.
Definitely need to talk a little more about Mandalorian in the future, because I really want to do an episode talking about that trailer and the panel and everything from Celebration.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm psyched for that series for sure.
Absolutely. I'll wait for that. Cool. All right.
I have a different take in that it just protect the brand. I think they should focus more on protecting the brand and less on greenlighting things that are subpar just to check a box of, we've got this demographic, we got that demographic, I feel like if they could go back in time and be a little more serious about protecting the brand, we'd all be in a happier state right now, but that's just my opinion. And not to end on a downer or anything. Remember Yoda's crazy eyes? Wasn't that great? Yeah. Let's recapture that joy.
All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap for this episode of our reaction videos for Galaxies of Adventures.
That was fun.
Join us next time, and we'll have more Star Wars topics coming. So find us on all our usual spots, all the social media spots on Facebook. Find us on Twitter at Cantina Club 78. Find us on YouTube. Like our videos. Make sure you comment, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, guys. How many times did I freeze during that one?
No,
you didn't at all.
Now you're
hitting your stride. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I've got to go, guys. I gotta go
okay. Yeah, I look like it was just getting time for you to get out of here. All right, go have fun with Han and the Wookiees.